Okay, this is Mrs. Keiper, and I'm going to be recording the ebook on lesson 1.1 of our 5th grade Summit Science curriculum. So let me get to the ebook here. And here we go. Open the ebook. All right, the scientific method. Have you ever been in an elevator? The scientific method is like an elevator. You enter at the first floor and take the elevator up. The elevator passes one floor at a time, and you get closer and closer to your final stop. Sometimes, however, the journey takes you back down before you continue on to reach your destination. In the same way, following each step in the scientific method is important for making scientific discoveries. Sometimes, though, scientists have to stop, go back, and think again before they continue. In this book, you will learn how to identify a problem, how to ask measurable questions, and how to gather information to guide an experiment. Step 1, beginning your scientific investigation. Be curious. Questions can come from anywhere, anytime. Questions help scientists make observations and do research. Science is all about problem solving. Step 2, make your hypothesis. So what's next? You have a question and you have done some research. You think you know what will happen when you perform your experiment. The term hypothesis means educated guess. So make a guess and get started. Step 3, designing your experiment. How are you going to test your hypothesis? Designing a safe, accurate experiment will give results that answer your question. Step 4, collecting and recording your data. During an experiment, scientists make careful observations and record exactly what happens. Step 5, displaying and understanding results. Now your data can be organized into graphs, charts, and diagrams. These help you read the information, think about it, and figure out what it means. And step 6, making conclusions and answering the question. So, what did you learn during your experiment? Did your data prove your hypothesis? Scientists share their results so other scientists can try out the experiment or use the results to try another experiment. In the picture over here, it says this scientist is studying a fossil. She's looking for answers to questions about the past. And in the red, it says, over here on the bottom, it says the truth. One of the first scientists to describe the scientific method was Alhazen. He lived from 965 to 1039. He said it helps us know the truth about the world. So the next 2 pages we have to read are pages 28 and 29. Here we go. One more question. Now what? Good questions lead to good research and scientific experiments. The next step in the scientific method is to make a guess about what your experiment will prove. This is called the hypothesis. The hypothesis is often called an educated guess. That means you take your experience, research, and understanding, and you make a prediction of how your experiment will turn out. A lot of times your hypothesis will be right, but there are also times when you will be wrong. That's how science works. And over here on the little sidebar here, it says turn it around. You can turn your scientific question into a hypothesis by making your question into a statement. Let's go back to our plant question. Can I increase the growth of a plant by talking to it? Now change it to a hypothesis. Talking to a plant will increase its growth. You are ready to test your hypothesis now. So that's an example of making a statement or a question into a hypothesis. Over here, there in the orange bar, they say when we make a prediction about what will happen, we create a hypothesis that can be tested. And in the green, it says there are many opportunities to think scientifically about the world around you. So get going and start wondering. Okay, and those are the 4 pages that have to be read for lesson 1.1 in our science.